do these rubber mats work for landscaping? We've been using them for a couple years, and I'll show you the pros and cons of how they work and how you can use them best. Here's a mat. This is what it looks like in real life. This has been here for a couple years. You can see the grass is growing right up through and around and behind. It does really anchor itself down with the roots of the grass, so there are some things you need to do to make it work the way you were hoping. So in pulling this up, you want to be careful that you are ripping the roots of the grass, not ripping the rubber mat itself. So do use some care, get your fingers under there to be sure you're supporting the mat, and it will come right up even if it's been down for a couple of years. Okay, we've got this completely loose now, but you can see this grass has grown completely through. Root ball on this side all the way through. You can see how they embed themselves in. They create these holes to grow, even though it's made of rubber. So after we have all the grass pulled out of it, and you do want to be sure you get all of the roots from the front or the back, then we'll need to reshape the ground underneath so that it will lay the way we need it to. So it did help reduce the amount of weeds we would have had to pull, but it doesn't eliminate it altogether. And of course, we're going to need to clear all of these weeds out before we can replace it back on a nice cleared area. We have found that a claw hammer works great for reshaping the path where you want the edge of this mat to go. It's really good at tearing at the roots themselves, not just the surface grass. Just make sure you go in deep enough that the edge, the front edge, is going to go below where the mower blade will hit it. And also you're going to be mounding up as the dirt loosens. You're going to be mounding it upward toward the root base here so that your front edge is tucked underneath and there's plenty of support for the center. Now we can go ahead and set this in place. You can blade this out in the sun on a hot day first if you want to really burn out any remaining roots that have grown through, but we've pulled the best we can, and this is fitting pretty nicely now. So we have found these to be very useful and effective, but they are not foolproof. You are not going to ever eliminate having to weed completely. These have worked great. You do need to lift them up from now and again to get rid of the grass that's sure to grow through eventually, and you can see that it has some wear here as time goes on, but this is a great solution for not having to weed whack around every thing that you have planted in your yard.